Hey guys, Thomas here. We're doing my patch 5.10 patch notes rundown. Pretty excited. Ekko gets released in this. Sorry, so I wanted to scroll down. Ekko gets released. This is pretty cool. He's already out at the time that this video is made. I played a few games with him on PvE. Played one game on the normal client just now, probably like 20 minutes ago. He's a real lot of fun. You guys should definitely check him out. Go, into if you have the IP and you're looking to play a fun champion, definitely worth your time playing. Akali, basically they changed Akali, so if Akali Q someone, Shadow Dance will bring them much closer to them. Otherwise, our dashes are slightly closer in general. So hitting your Q on them is like really important and stuff. And now it gives 50% less pass through distance. Okay, so basically instead of going through them instead of going a fixed distance to them, you'll dash in front of them, which is a lot better. Cassiopeia, they nerfed her ability power from 0.1 for her heals to 0.06. This is a nerf kind of intended because Cassiopeia sometimes would live with miraculously, she'd just get so much HP back in team fights that you feel like it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was noticeable enough that it frustrated players that were playing against Cassiopeia and stuff like that. And then the mana refund is just now, instead of 3% of Cassiopeia's maximum mana, it's just 1.5. They really wanted to nerf that down because she would have this basically this free, any level return. And it just made her, overall her laning will be now weaker. Gragas, the moving collision radius is down, and then collision radius is down too. That's because a lot of people, if you guys didn't know, or you watched LCS or just the mid-season invitation, a lot of, Flash, Bloody Stallion, Gragas, stuff like that. And basically, Riot's okay, he's taking up too much space in the jungle, basically, like they said. So basically you can't just get those ridiculous Flash E's anymore, or they just lowered it. It's making it more fair, Jinx, Pow Pow, they changed it from now just bonus attack speed flat. They kind of nerfed it down a little bit. They definitely are toning her down in the late game power. Up until early and middle game, it's about the same. So late game, she just has less attack speed, which is good because sometimes you feel like Jinx would do ridiculous amounts of damage. And now Pop Out just simply gets you just get it per level. It's not anymore I just max it, and then at level 11 or 13 you just kill everyone. So this is good. This is still making Jinx a late game viability, but at the same time it's not making her overpowered in the mid game. Karma gets some interesting changes. They try to make her more of a support kind of orientated. So basically her passive spell hits at all levels. It's 2 at all levels for her reduction on her ultimate, and now it's gonna be it goes from 2, and then at level 11 it's 2.5, and then 3. So basically early you're not gonna really notice anything, but late game you're gonna probably notice your mantra's gonna be up a lot more. Auto attacks, mantra refund on auto attacks, holy shit, 13, that's huge. 7 too. So mid game Karma, because Karma was always a really good early and mid game champion, and then she struggled to just stay relevant in the late game. I have quite an extensive experience playing Karma support, and I think this is a great change. And then putting this focus revolves around a target monster in addition to champions. So now people are going to be probably running jungle Karma, because that is that's a lot of AP, and that's really good. I mean, someone's gonna try to jungle Karma. It's gonna be a thing. I remember Diamond Prox used to play Karma jungle back in season 3 or something like that. It was pretty decent too. And then the mantra, using it increases the duration of the root instead of no longer does additional damage. And then Aspire, it's basically they remove the damage of the 300 damage of the shield, but you get more out of your shield for less of a cost of mana, which is good. And the cooldown is a lot lower, which is really good, because at 8 seconds is huge. It's like with like 40% CER, 30% CER, you're looking at like 50 to like 5 to like 6 second shields every. That's a lot, and it's good movement speed. So Karma's gonna be probably definitely relevant next patch. Leona, like a small nerf to her missiles. Zerith. I didn't really see this as a problem, honestly. I played a bunch of Leona. If you know how to play Leona, you'll hit your W's. You'll still hit not W's, E's. Still hit them. Pretty fair. Right here, I've seen a lot of people talking about, just basically lane Lulu gets a little bit nerfed, but support Lulu gets a little bit better. So this is good. Good changes for Lulu support. I like it. Going back to Karma. Karma's probably going to be like a top, I'd say second tier support next to maybe Alistar and Leona. And then Leona's, the change isn't even that big enough to even hurt her status in my tier ranking or anything like that. She's the same. Rek'Sai gets like a small HP decrease. I think it's about 40. It's like around 40. So they really take a hit on her. It's basically, she was very early. She's really good overall in the early game and mid game. So they're just taking down her base health a little bit just to make her a little less relevant in the first 3 to 4 levels, which is a smart idea. I like those. Ryze's, his Q damage is up on later ranks, and then Arcane Mastery and Desperate Power lasts for 6 seconds at all rankings. This is pretty huge. Definitely, once people figure out how to play Ryze, this is going to make him absolutely broken. So if you're going to invest some time and you want to play a champion that like you want to get good at and climb ranks and like just shit on people, definitely recommend picking up Ryze. I feel like he's going to be one of those champions that, like, for the next 2 patches, if you can master and get really good at, you can really do some damage and really kick people's asses. Like, look at this. Like, the base damage on his Q Overload, they increased it by a lot. Like, it's huge. Like, they increased it by 5 and then 20 right here. Yeah, basically on 20 almost at all levels. This is huge. This is really good for his Q Overload. And then that 6 seconds at all ranks is so good. And then his this is so good. This is insanely good. Like, Ryze is probably going to be pretty broken next patch. So I expect to see a lot of Ryze bans, and I think Ryze is going to become like one of those top tier top laners or mid laners, whatever role you feel like Ryze could be in. I feel like he can, if you have a Lissandra, if you're going against a Lissandra top lane, Ryze would be a good pick against her. And then, or like maybe Maokai, because Ryze can get pretty tanky and beefy. So Ryze could be really relevant. Sorry, the boarding still for me. All right, so Sejuani now, actually, basically a small damage nerf to her W, basically making it a little bit less of percentage. So the max is now 6% instead of 10%. Nothing too huge. I mean, she's still going to be a really good jungler. I think they just lowered her just damage overall. They're trying to make her focus that, like, hey, they want to reward players for landing their CC instead of people who are, just walking up and, doing tons of damage for just, hitting a bunch of, like, getting up close. So that's what they're trying to do with Sejuani, rewarding players that, land skill shots and stuff like that. Sion, weird bug. Weird bug that fixed where Unstoppable Onslaught was scaling with the target's bonus attacks damage instead of Sion's. That's really weird, but oh well. Weird bugs, man. Yeah. Taric. No one plays Taric, but they just basically reduced his mana costs. I mean, still, no one really maxes heal because it's just not very good. So this really doesn't do much of anything. So who plays Taric? Like, let's go. Come on. Even like I've seen other people talk about it. It's like this champ is like just needs a visual. Like he just needs an overhaul and everything, just like a Sion level. Items. This Ancient of Coin line. This gets an upgrade. So now you're getting 4 gold per minion death. So if you have the mastery, that gives you +1 every time a lane minion dies when you're near it. So you'll be gaining 5 per lane minion. So This definitely will like basically this is showing a lot of love for supports. And Ancient Coin goes from 2 to 3. This is also good for early game supports. So supports like I think that want to go a little bit more passively, maybe like Alstars, Lulus, Jannas, like they can really benefit from this. This is really good. And then manager regeneration is up from 25% to 50. That's huge. That's so much. And then HP per nearby minion deaths is from 5 to 10. This is huge. Like holy crap. This is like such a good item. Like I can't even believe it. This is really good. And the 40-second cooldown, like this is insane. If you get the mastery, that means you can basically do this almost every like 30 seconds. Talisman of Ascension. That's crazy. Like supports are going to be able to do so much work next patch. Like it's really a huge buff to supports. I'm really glad that they're sticking through with this. Ardent Sensor gets a buff. I know a lot of people are looking at it and they're like, oh, it's just a small buff to it. Item's still going to be garbage. But if you look at it now, Ascended Sensor attack speed buff. Attack speed buff also grants 30 plus magic damage on hit. So if you have like someone that has like AoE, like healing effect, like for example, Alistar, Janna, who else has an AoE heal? I think that's like all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, okay, I guess Tarek, he's got one. But like this is huge. Like with Alistar, for example, I'm gonna use Alistar because he's like probably the best example for this. Like if you're taking Dragon or Baron, like you'll be doing so much damage. Like if you have 4 people there, that's 300. That's 120 free damage. That's insane. That's so much damage. This is gonna be good for like. This would be a good probably like second or third or fourth item. I wouldn't rush this because mid game. I think you'd want to get this around mid to late game because it's really good for objectives and stuff like that, which is really good. This is really good. And the attack speed buff, this is huge. It's not anymore 25%, but it's 15. But this literally makes it a buff. And then sorry, Alistar. Okay, so okay, and then yeah, they even say it themselves. Removed Alistar. Sorry. The buff is only applicable to champions, giving the entire group waste 30 magic damage on hit would be obnoxious. Yeah, I was about to say that'd be like really stupid if Alistar just heals his minion with and each minion does 30 damage. Like normal minions do 8 damage. Could you just imagine like how ridiculous that would be? 38 minion damage hits. Like that's stupid. That'd be so silly. I think that be really funny to see though. Blade of the Root King plus 100. Same thing with Bilgewater and Blade of the Croon just plus 10. I guess making Twitch and champions like that a little bit better, and then giving a little champions like Irelia and Jax can close the gap a little bit better. Banner of Command, we're tweaking a few numbers, basically making the range cast a lot longer. I guess that's pretty good. No one still uses Banner of Command, but a lot of people are saying it's OP, but then whatever. Meditation now restores this. So basically, instead of giving flat mana regeneration per 5, it restores a percentage of missing. So if you have this rewards champions basically that builds tier. And it's kind of bad for champions that have a flat amount, like they don't build tier or stuff like that. Not that too big. Expanded Mind, they nerfed that, so this is just basically to counter out these. So being able to pick between these two grants now to like it used to grant a percentage of maximum mana, now it grants flat. So everyone else gets buffed that gets this except for people that run tier. So this is like to kind of make it the playing field a little bit more even. Inspiration, this is like no one cares about this. This isn't even good. It's like if you have like your AFK or you're roaming a lot, this would be okay, I guess. I mean, maybe Bard would maybe want to use this if they're going for that like heavy roam or Alistar heavy roam or Blitzcrank heavy roam. Other than that, you shouldn't be getting this. Bad net for melees. It goes up for champion assists and kills and assists, grant 15 bonus gold. It wasn't very good. Grant now 8 gold each time an enemy champion is attacked. 5-second cooldown. I guess this could be kind of good on Leona and Nautilus, but you're missing out on a few other things. This could be like if you were looking for to rush an item or something like that. This would be very good. Then intelligence reduces the cooldown actives by it's a boost. It used to be 4, so basically they doubled it. It went from 4 to 8, 7 to 14, and 10 to 20. This is really good. So in combination with the talisman ascension active cooldown, this is gonna be insane. That's gonna be like a must buy for like supports now. Like imagine Annie Alistar can be like running through your team. Insane. Okay. And then Wanderer grants now 20 movement speed. That's from a percentage to flat amount. That's pretty big. So Wanderer is going to be good. So they're kind of going to maybe trying to encourage roaming supports a little bit more and supports like that. A lot of love to support. Super minions get a little bit changed. Leashing monsters now maximum reach is 6. So instead of 5, I accidentally did this. Visual adjustments, stuff like that. You can hide an eye candy toggle, basically making it less laggable. Cooldown is now we like a good snowball fight and then howling biz, nothing really else. Rank inactivity. Decay says after warning after final 3 days. Decay master challengers. So this is basically just fixing the rank, trying to fix the rank. Hexakill. Skins. Sandstorm Ekko looks pretty cool. I really thought this was cool. I like the kind of like the angle, because normally skins are like really face forward, up in their face, kind of, but this case is like a really soft. I really like this wallpaper. I know. And then the Lee Sin, this is really cool. I played Lee Sin, Knockout Lee Sin, a lot of really cool. I really like the Q animation. You can see Gragas in the back, stuff like that. Nightmare Tryndamere now, geez, this thing is scary. I freaking love it. It's really cool idea of a champion. Kind of give him this kind of executioner. That's scary, dude. That's a really cool one. And then Order of the Lotus Irelia, really cool skin. Really like it. Very nicely designed. I like the way they designed the champion, how she looks. I played a little bit on a PABE. This has been PB Patch Notes 5.10. I'm glad you guys sat through and listened to me talk about this. Hopefully we can, you guys can pick up some of the things I talked about and apply them to your own knowledge. So I highly recommend picking up Ekko. He's really good. Karma's probably going to be a great support and maybe top laner, jungler, or mid laner now. She's going to probably be a little bit more relevant. Lulu's going to be a little bit better, so pick up her if you can to your overall pool. Your Ryze is a must pick up for your next two patches. He's going to be pretty ridiculous. Just figure out how to play him. Not many have. I maybe suggest looking up some guides on the new Ryze on Mobify or LOL King. Sejuani doesn't really, it's not that big of a nerf. Still really good jungler. Taric, no one plays Taric. And Rek'Sai's still going to be good. I think just, build some, you got to play a little bit more safer with Rek'Sai now. Not too much aggro. And yeah, so I hope you guys take my thoughts and considerations into your own gameplay and apply them to your own knowledge. And good luck on the Rift. And hope you guys see you guys in the next patch. See you guys. I'm out.